Hey everyone, it's James at geometricharts.com, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, February 25th, and this is the 4-hour chart of Bitcoin here. So today's video is gonna be a little early, just feeling not feeling so great. But the point is that well, first of all, let me say it's not investment advice, and then second of all, on Friday I was talking about potential pump, one more pump before the dump, and look, here we are with the dump. You know, it's like no one ever believes that it's going to dump. Every single pump, like I said, the sentiment gets so wild and crazy in this market. You get all the YouTubers out there and just people across social media hyping crap up just for clicks and subscriptions and so forth. But it ends the same way, especially when you see the same behavior over and over and over and over again. It's just amazing on how many people will still burn their hand on the stove after burning it repeatedly in the past. So it's like, it's just this ridiculous, like it's literally like a market of insanity is kind of like what I see. So anyways, I try to caution everyone as best I possibly could. I said I hope everyone uses an investment strategy at least to mitigate your losses. Have a stop loss in place in case the market turns south, and it did. Ripple spiked up considerably today, but very, very weak spike. I highly doubt that thing's going to hold. Even if Bitcoin and the rest of the market follow Ripple to try to break back above the prior top, I highly doubt that's even going to happen. The only time volume really accelerated, we reached over 11 billion, it was on the way down. And now on the way back up, volume's drying back up. So it's showing that, guess what? Those sellers are there. Those sellers are definitely there, and they're just waiting for all those suckers to pile in and pile in and pile in, and boom, an avalanche of sell orders is knocking them all right out, and they'll do it over and over and over again, and people will get absolutely wrecked. So I can only imagine how many people probably started here, held the whole way up, and now they're just lingering and hoping for this crazy spike to like 74,000 from this zone. But there's a very high probability that this run is done, and it's going to come back to retest the 3,400 zone. And if the 3,400 zone holds up, maybe we can prolong and kind of just go more horizontal and build up maybe another potential run before jumping off a cliff. But I think all that's happening here is that the inevitable is being prolonged as far as possible. I still think Bitcoin and the cryptos have another big shakeout in the future. That's why I've said in my prior videos that I'm a long-term bear. But as of now, if Bitcoin can somehow make a dramatic move over like 4,300 and stay trading above that zone, and actually have volume that sticks, which is one of the biggest problems that this market definitely has. Just have a consistent volume, right? It doesn't have to stay at the same exact level, but there just needs to be a nice flow of buyers, not this pump dump, pump dump, pump dump, pump dump. But anyways, if it gets above 4,300, it can stay trading above that, then Bitcoin's going to try to rival this like 4,400 area. It's about 4,380. We would call it 4,400 because we want to get above that area. And if Bitcoin is smashing through that area with conviction, then we are going to break a bigger downtrend line, and that could be a very positive sign. However, the initial stage could ultimately be a fake out, so you kind of have to wait a little bit on that, because you can get these fake out moves because big money knows there's a lot of people looking at these big, longer, like macro lines, I should say. And you can get these big pumps and then a dump out like that too. So there's definitely some room for Bitcoin to shake this off and head higher. And we've seen it happen in the past. Bitcoin's made some very violent moves and recouped those losses like this. I mean, it took a while. It recouped a good chunk and then fell off a cliff yet once again. That's what I think is going to happen. I don't think Bitcoin's breaking above 4,300. I don't think it's breaking above 4,400. I think it's capped out, and I think there's just massive sellers at the same exact level that we're here, and they're all just lingering around here waiting, and they're just going to knock the market down, and they're going to use every pump to sell into. So something I've been warning for a while now. But anyways, that's the level to get above. If Bitcoin comes crashing down, the support zone is going to be around 3,400. If it's able to hold 34, like 3,450, if it's able to hold around that zone, that will be a positive sign, given that it can stabilize at that zone and at least move horizontally. That would be a positive sign. If Bitcoin smashes through that, then we're coming back down to retest 3,200. At that point, if we're retesting 3,200, we're also pretty close to the 200-week moving average. If we're smashing through the 3,200 area, then obviously we're crushing right through that, and then we're probably going one step downward, which is probably around 2,500 for Bitcoin if that area holds up. So that's a pretty dramatic downslide from this area, but understand the same exact stuff happened at the 6,000 area as well too, where everyone got uber bullish on every single pump. It was always going to be a moonshot. Everyone was going to get mega rich. They were telling all their family members to sell everything they possibly could and dump it into the crypto market, and everyone was going to become a trillionaire overnight. Well, all those dreams got absolutely demolished when it fell from 6,000 down to 3,200. So to think that this market couldn't go from where we're at now to 2,500, that's nothing. That's just an ordinary day in this crazy volatile market. But so those are the zones to watch for. All I see is a bunch of weakness. I see a lot of pumping, a lot of dumping, and the same repetitive pattern over and over again. I see people getting super, super excited without giving Bitcoin enough room to allow it to prove that the trend is truly changing. And there's nothing on this chart that says the trend is changing at all. So again, that's pretty much it in a nutshell for the market. So short term, I'm definitely bearish unless we can somehow break above 4,400 and actually sustain trading above that zone without some crazy sell-off event, or no, I mean that's the only way I would change from my stance from being short-term bearish. And definitely on a longer-term scale, I'm still bearish on this market until something dramatically changes in the price action. I still think a lot of the altcoins need a real good whipping down to zero or as close to zero as possible to essentially kick them all to the curb. We have over 3,900 coins. I mean, it's absolutely insane to have that number out there with different alternative currencies. So anyways, that's it. If you do like the video, you like the content, please like, comment, subscribe, follow. I'll produce another video on Wednesday and then one more on Friday if you are a new viewer. And I do thank you for your time. I thank you for your support. So again, if you do like the video, like, comment, subscribe, and follow. And I'll talk to everyone on Wednesday.